Hello and welcome to my discussion on the Bluegrass Stakes at Keeneland. It's on Saturday and it's a major prep race. Let's talk about who's going to win. On the rail is Top Connor. He has one start and one maiden win at Gulfstream Park. Chad Brown does train him, so he will get some attention, but I don't know if he's ready for this level. The speed figure does not stand out. I thought he beat some good horses, but I still think the step up to a grade 1 will prove too much. Number 2 is BU. He's trained by Todd Pletcher. Now, even though he only broke his maiden last time at Gulfstream Park, he has some back class. He ran 3rd in the American Pharoah Stakes last October, and he also ran 4th in the Hopeful Stakes last September at Saratoga. But I don't think he's that great. His speed figure was fine for the maiden win, and I know he has that back class, but I just think there are some better horses in here. Maybe you could put him 4th in the Superfecta. He's not for me, though. I just think he's a step below the best horses in this race. Number 3 is Seize the Gray. Now, when this horse started out, I had high hopes for him. He beat Dornoch, actually, last July at Saratoga, but then he kind of fizzled out. He was 3rd in a sprint that was off the turf, and then he was 4th in the Iroquois Stakes, and I didn't think the Iroquois had the strongest field. And then after finishing 3rd in an optional claimer, he went on the bench, and he came back and he did win an optional claimer at Oaklawn before a 3rd place finish in the Jeff Ruby Stakes. I wonder if this is too much too soon for him, and if he needs more time to develop. Number 4 is Dornoch. He won the Remsen Stakes at Aqueduct last December, and I thought he was impressive that day. He set fast fractions. When Sierra Leone came up to him, he fought him off, and then he won by a nose. But then Dornoch came back in the Fountain of Youth Stakes at Gulfstream on March 2, and suddenly he wasn't that impressive. Let's take a look at the race. We catched him on the far turn, and Dornoch is inching away from Ladambro, who put up a challenge briefly, and he was almost on even terms with Dornoch. But Dornoch is going to maintain this advantage throughout the stretch, and I realize Dornoch didn't impress anyone with this victory, but he came off a layoff in this race, and he wasn't tuned up to run his best. He only beats them by about a length. He beat Ladambro by about a length, and Frankie's Empire was in 3rd. Ladambro and Frankie's Empire did not run well in the Florida Derby, but again, Dornoch was not tuned up for this race, the Fountain of Youth. The thing is, even though I feel Dornoch will improve and step forward in this spot, his odds will still be pretty low, but he is a main contender. Let's move on to number 5, Good Money. I love the pedigree of Good Money. On the dam side, his dam line extends to Better Than Honor, who is the dam of Giselle and Rags to Riches, who both won the Belmont Stakes. Good Money might need more experience, though. He was 4th in the Tampa Bay Derby last time after setting the pace. He set a slow pace, 25, 51, 116. So he didn't have any reason to lose that race. Before that, he only won a maiden race at Tampa Bay. I feel he needs more seasoning, and maybe down the line he could become a Belmont contender, or maybe even a Travers contender. Number 6 is Just a Touch. Now, he's done nothing wrong. He broke his maiden at Fairgrounds by 4 1/4 lengths, and then he was 2nd in the Gotham Stakes at 1 mile. I just wonder about the quality of the field in the Gotham Stakes, because it's generally not a great prep race. I'm just not sure what to do with Just a Touch. I do like his tactical speed, but I'm probably not going to use him. Number 7 is Latlong. He's an interesting horse. He comes out of the Lecomte Stakes, where he was 3rd last time, and he also broke his maiden at Oaklawn Park by 2 1/4 lengths. The Lecomte had slow fractions, 24, 48, 113. Let's take a look at the race. We catch him on the approach to the far turn. Track Phantom is on an easy lead. Nash is trying to press him, and Latlong is going to come up on the outside. His rider is wearing a reddish color, red and white as the cap. He ranges up on the outside, and he's not going to make up any more ground than this. Track Phantom is going to go on to win the race. Nash is going to sort of spin his wheels and run 2nd, and Latlong is just going to stay in that spot and run 3rd. But again, the fractions were slow, 24, 48, 113, so Latlong didn't have a fair chance to close into the leader. I think that Latlong could move forward in this race. I don't know if he could win, but I think he would be a good horse to use in tickets underneath if you're playing an exacta or trifecta. And if he had money to spend on a 3rd horse besides Dornoch and Sierra Leone in multi-race wagers, maybe he would be the one. Let's move on. Number 8 is Epic Ride, and he was second in the John Battaglia Memorial after opening up slightly in the stretch run. Now, I'm not sure if he wants to go this far. I don't know. I feel like if you're going to take a horse out of the John Battaglia Memorial, it's probably going to be Encino. Epic Ride could surprise some people, but he's not for me. Number 9 is Magatu, and he was 8th in the Rushway Stakes, and he was 4th in the John Battaglia Memorial. He has one dirt start back on December 9 at Gulfstream Park. He was 4th by 10 lengths in an optional claimer, so there's no evidence he likes dirt, and he did try dirt. I think he's overmatched. He's not for me. Number 10 is Sierra Leone. Now, this is a talented colt. He's by Gunrunner out of a Malibu Moon mare, and he was second in the Remsen Stakes, as I said earlier, against Dornoch. But then he came back in the Risen Star Stakes, and he followed through with a win. And the impressive part is that the fractions weren't that fast. We're going to take a look at the Risen Star Stakes. We catch Track Phantom again on an easy lead. Track Phantom went in 24:32, 49:67. He's going along easily on the slop. And I'm not sure where Sierra Leone is right now in the replay, but he's somewhere, he's got to be somewhere in mid-pack, maybe at the back of the pack. But Track Phantom has all the advantage in this race, and he's going to turn for home, and he's going to look like he's going to win the race. Resilience is trying to get him, but he's spinning his wheels in second. Now we see Sierra Leone on the outside, and Sierra Leone is motoring past Resilience, and he's going to catch Track Phantom, who had all the advantage, as I said, because of the pace scenario. And even though Sierra Leone only won by a small margin, because the fractions went in 24:32, 49:67, 114, we can call that an impressive effort because he overcame the slow pace. My only gripe with Sierra Leone is his running style. He comes from behind at the back of the pack, and he's going to give up a lot of lengths. He's going to give up so many lengths at the start. He only gave up 6.5 quarter lengths in the Risen Star, but he gave up 12 lengths in the Remsen Stakes. I wish he could sit closer. Nevertheless, he's still my choice. I think he's going to overcome the traffic, and he's just going to overpower them in the stretch run. Number 11 is Encino. Now, he's a mystery too because he only has 3 synthetic starts, but he has a great pedigree. He's by Nyquist, and his Damn Glittering Jewel is a half-sister to Street Sense, who won the Kentucky Derby in 2007. He's supposed to get the distance, and he's supposed to get third. He did win the John Battaglia Memorial at Turfway by a length over Epic Ride, and he also won his maiden race at Turfway by half a length. With a different style, he was setting the pace with his maiden race, and then he converted into being a closer in the Battaglia Memorial. It's a tough post position for his first graded stakes attempt. Nevertheless, because of his pedigree and because he ran well in the John Battaglia Memorial, I'm going to use him somewhere in my tickets, but not on top. In any case, Sierra Leone is my top choice. I just think he's a talented colt, and even though I don't like his running style, he did overcome slow fractions in the Risen Star, and he overcome a speed bias in the Remsen Stakes. I'm just going to pick him to win. I'm going to use Dornoch underneath in the trifecta, as well as Lat Long, and I'll also include Encino. It's not the most exciting play. I'm not even sure if it's a great betting race. I think it's more of a race that you watch to study for the Kentucky Derby. Nevertheless, people like to talk about the big prep races, so good luck with your bets, and I'll see you guys soon.